Commissioners. Order. And then we first stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so roll call.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Here.
Commissioner Osmer,
Here.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Here.
Commissioner Peterson,
Here.
Commissioner Fournier,
Here.
Commissioner Francisco,
Here.
Commissioner Konojewski,
Here.
and District 8 is vacant.
Okay, so do we need a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make that motion and adopt the agenda.
Support. Okay, so motion by Commissioner Karshnick and support by Commissioner Fournier. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Okay, so motion carried. Now we open for public comment. There's a 3-minute limit per person, and we will start with who's ever in the room here. If you just want to come to the podium and you can address the Board of Commissioners. Is there anybody on Zoom that would like to address the Board of Commissioners? Okay, so we will close the public comment. And now we will take nominations for the board chair.
I'll make a motion that we elect Bill Peterson chair for the 2023 Board of Commissioners.
Okay.
I do have a question. Is there any way, because we don't have a full board, which is sort of unusual, to postpone the election of a chair until we have a full board seated?
No.
I don't think so.
So I have another question then. Since we don't have a full board, there's a large portion of our community that's not represented. I agree with Jesse that that should be tabled or postponed until the next meeting. I don't know if I need to make a motion for that, or I apologize for my ignorance. I've read through a good portion of the Roberts rules, but it's pretty in-depth.
Mary Catherine, you got anything?
Your rules of order do not leave an option for there not being a chair. The only instance in which you would not have a chair is if there is nobody who receives a majority of the vote, in which case then the commissioners may, this is the Board of Commissioners may proceed onto other agenda items as they shall decide. Or if you do not, if there's not, if the commissioners present shall not cast a majority for one nominee, the county clerk shall continue to preside until a majority of commissioners elects one of the members to be the chairperson. The Board of Commissioners may proceed on to other agenda items as they shall decide. So those are your rules of order that are in effect currently, is that the commissioners present vote for a chair. Unless, and if nobody receives the full number of votes that is necessary, then you either make a decision to proceed with other business with the clerk continuing as chair, or you table all of the rest of your agenda items until your next meeting. That being said, one of the agenda items for today, which you would need to address, is the posting is for the seat for District 8.
I have a motion on the floor for Bill Peterson.
I have support.
Others?
Did you make a motion, Travis?
I did make a motion for us to table that. And I also, moving forward, I intend to make a motion for adopting the 2023 rules of order. I just got this packet about 15 minutes ago when I arrived. There's a lot in here, and these are the rules that all of us sitting here are going to be expected to live by for the length of our term. And I feel like I would like to read these and understand them fully before I would give my consent to living by these rules that I understand they're probably very similar to the 2022, which I do have a copy of, but I don't know that. I literally have not been able to read through it.
Well, we did have a motion on the floor before. we had the motion for the chair. So we have to take care of Travis's motion first before we can move on.
What's the first motion?
What was your
My motion is to chair the election or to postpone the election of a chair until all of our community is able to vote on that.
We have to have a chair today, period.
So would Carrie act as the chair as she did January 1?
We have a motion. Do we have support yet?
Yeah, we don't.
So we can continue discussion.
Anybody want to support Commissioner Konarzeski's
So
motion?
I'll second.
And you can discuss.
Yes.
I would like to know, is this discussion on Travis's motion?
Yes.
I would like to know, I don't think it would change the outcome necessarily. I don't have any issue with the fact that if we did have a chair today, I don't think it would change. I just think we have, like Travis said, we have a large portion of our county who doesn't have representation on this board right now. I think it would be right to have them present.
And I feel the same as Jesse. I'm certainly not saying that Bill isn't the right person for the job, but I feel like the whole county should be able to have their say.
Okay, so just to clarify, do you want to table just the election of the chair or the entire rest of the agenda items?
Well, obviously, we can't chair number 8. So, I mean, we need to elect someone, if you will, for that empty seat. But honestly, yeah, I would like to chair the remainder of it. I haven't had an opportunity to go through any of it, really. But I would be expected to approve of it without having any knowledge of it, or not enough knowledge, really.
Okay, so we have the motion.
Just as a point of, just to note, the only changes from 2022 to 2023 as part of the rules of order are the dates. Those are the only changes as part from the 2022 rules of order to the 2023 rules of order. And the 2022 rules of order were in the books that were given to all the new commissioners.
2023 can be changed
Anytime.
anytime.
Well, if they're not set in stone, then I wouldn't be opposed to that, to moving forward with the remainder of the agenda.
Okay, so just to clarify, the motion is to table just the election of the chair. Motion by Commissioner Konarzeski and seconded by Commissioner Osmer. Is there any more discussion? Should we do a roll call vote?
This is for,
Just to table the election of the chair.
Commissioner LaHaye,
No.
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
no,
Commissioner Peterson,
No.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
No.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Okay, so hearing 4 with no and 3 with yes, motion is denied. So we'll continue with the election of the chair. Is there any more nominations? Just the one?
Madam Chair, can I move to close nominations and just cast the unanimous ballot since there's no other?
Okay, so we can, the ballot sheets that I gave you is we elect, is that what you meant?
Right.
So do we have to second that? Or does it?
I believe you have to second.
Okay, anybody support?
I'll support.
Okay.
what was your motion, Jesse?
To close nominations and cast the unanimous ballot.
Okay, so you have a ballot sheet. There was only one nomination, but just for formalities, if you'd write that your vote on the ballot sheet.
This is for chair.
For the chairman. Okay, so I think that says Bill. Does that say Bill?
I have no idea.
It looks like it says. Lynn, can you verify? That says Bill.
I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Well, we have 6 for Commissioner Peterson and 1 no. And I'm pretty sure it's 7. Or that'll be number 6. That says Bill, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So 6 for Commissioner Peterson and 1 no. So at this time, I will turn it over to Commissioner Peterson, newly elected chairman.
Want to stay right there? You can stay there, I don't care.
Okay.
Instead of moving around. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody, all the new commissioners, Travis, Kurt, Jesse, and Bill. I need a motion to destroy the ballots, please.
So moved.
Second motion by Commissioner Francisco, support by Commissioner Osmer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Election for vice chair by roll call vote. Do I have any nominations for vice chair?
So I have a question again. So I know we obviously couldn't table chair, felt that we needed that in order to proceed today. I don't feel that we need a vice chair in order to proceed today. That until we have a full board.
Catherine?
There is nothing in your rules of order that speaks to the requirement of a vice chair at today's meeting.
That you need a motion.
I'd like to make that a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Osborne to table the vice chair. Do I have support?
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner Konashevsky. Discussion.
Okay, well, let me read this to you again, just so that we are all on the same page. Your rules of order say the newly elected chairperson shall assume the chairperson and proceed to the election of the office of vice chairperson, which shall be conducted by roll call vote. Shall typically is mandatory in this type of language, but, you know, again, these are your rules, so.
Correct. That is shot. And again, yeah, I didn't get a chance to review this, so I'll withdraw that motion then.
Okay, I got motion's been withdrawn. Do I have any nominations for vice chair?
I'll nominate Bert Francisco for vice chair.
Got a nomination by Commissioner LaHaye for Bert Francisco. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Commissioner Karshnick. Roll call, please.
Don't you have to ask 3 times?
Oh, yeah, 3 times. Well, I'll ask her 3 times. Second time. Their nominations for vice chair. Is there nominations for vice chair? Nominations are closed. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
No.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky.
Yes.
Okay. Appointment of Finance Committee, which is basically the full board. We have 5, we'll have 5 new commissioners coming in, so I'll continue to chair that till we get all 5 commissioners. And we pick one from one of the 7 other ones when it gets, and that'll be Mary Catherine probably attending the last meeting of the month.
The full board meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what are you doing, Bill? Please explain again.
Pardon?
Explain again, please.
I'm gonna chair it till we
Chair.
get all full board.
Okay.
Then we'll take and, at the next full board meeting, we can, appoint somebody to be chairperson.
May I ask a question?
Yeah,
So at the Ways and Means / full board or at the full board?
full board.
Because to me, they're both full boards, the way you guys have been presenting.
We'll have all 7.
The last one of them.
Last one, yep.
Now I have another question. On the board appointments, the various board appointments. I have a question on that one, which would be I see that I have to find it on here. you put down Bob on Parks.
We haven't got to that, Brenda, yet.
We're on
Follow the agenda. We're gonna go to various committees. Personnel, there's Dave Karshnick chairing it. Brenda Fournier, Rick Francisco, myself as ex officio. Facilities, capital and strategic planning, Travis, got you to chair that. It'll help you out as, you know, Mary Catherine is a good one to help you with that. Bill Hay, open seat, we'll save that one for whoever's coming in on the District 8. Myself again as ex officio. Courts and public safety, chair is going to be Brenda, Bert, and Jesse. Now we have some, when it comes to the various board appointments, there was a couple turned in late and we didn't know where, when I was talking to Mary Catherine. So if there's, we'll go down through them and if there's a question, I know Jesse said you cut a couple of them you can't make because they're out of town. So let's start the 4 county health board. I have Brenda and Dave Karsnick with Jesse as a alternate on that. 26th Judicial Court is myself, Bert, and Bill Hay. Alpena County Parks and Recreation is Bill Hay, Bob Rader, and Marty Thompson. Alternate Jesse and Brenda. That's the one you had a question on?
Yes, I do. I know that you put an ad to have those. At the time, there would have been 3 positions available. Then you put Bill LaHaye on there, which is fine. He's a county commissioner. But Bob Adrian and Marty Thompson, neither one applied for Parks. Neither one had an interview for Parks. And they were put on Parks. I don't understand that. I mean, it just says.
We never had an interview. There was nothing brought up on it. Only reason Bob and Marty are on there, Bob's trying to finish up that Parks, Long Lake Park grant, and Marty's trying to finish up the Sunken Lake Park. And if I had a commissioner on the board here that had a backhoe and a backhoe and a forklift, I would have probably appointed him. But Marty's been doing all that work out there. He's trying to finish that up, and Bob's trying to finish up that $500,000 grant with Long Lake boat launch.
Were there other applicants as well?
Yes.
I never saw another applicant come in.
You could have them supply for Parks. They were interviewed and none were accepted. Just automatically place these 2 on Parks. And they didn't have to.
What's the ruling on that, Mary Catherine?
Well, the Alpena Board of Commissioners does not have any kind of a written policy or procedure. The rule is the appointments, which is under your rules of order. So 8.1, which is appointments. Each year following the election of the board chairperson, the chairperson shall appoint commissioners to standing committees listed under Rule 8.3 and other various committees. So the only rule that you guys have for appointing to other various committees is that the chairperson has that authority to make those appointments. If you look at Robert's Rules of Order, it says when the chair appoints a committee, no vote is taken on the appointees except any who are not members of the assembly in cases where there is no prior authorization for the chair to appoint non-assembly members. So that's the rules of each particular board. But those boards all allow for non-member appointees, which is to say people who are not county commissioners to be appointed to those various and sundry boards, including the Parks Commission. The Parks Commission has 3 seats that are available to the County Board of Commissioners to appoint representation, one of which must be a county commissioner. The other two do not have to be county commissioners, but may be county commissioners. So those are the only rules that this board has. You have past practice and procedure, but you don't have any written documentation or rules that I could find in regards to how appointments are taken in or made.
So Bill, are you saying you didn't see any of the other applicants?
That was.
So historically, for the new commissioners, those interviews are done by the Personnel Committee. The Personnel Committee chair was Marty Thompson. Marty did not recommend either himself or Bob Adrian for those positions. Those were decisions that were made, that would be made by the chair at this meeting. There was one returning applicant for the board, which was the current chair of the Parks Commission. I believe, and I would have to go back to the records, I believe there was one other. Is that correct, Lynn? Do you remember?
I believe it's just one.
I believe there was one other applicant for that position who also applied for another board, and that person was appointed to another board rather than the Parks Commission board.
And who would that be?
I believe that was Kevin Osborne.
And also, there was one other one that applied.
So I guess I'll make a motion to table this until the last meeting. So Bill can go through the applicants to maybe, just make sure that we have all of our options.
Because there won't be, when's their pork meeting is,
January 11th,
when?
January 11th.
January 11th. So, but Bill will be on that committee as a commissioner, and leave the two openings.
Can I do have a question.
Yeah.
That's all right, Chairman. So how far are we away from having the Long Lake Boat project, launch project completed, do you know, roughly?
The plans are in review by the state of Michigan at this point in time, so we do not have a firm construction start date.
Right.
So I would guess we're probably at least 8 to 12 months away from that project being completed.
So in consideration for this, while you're reading it, if we were to switch myself from an alternate, and Bob is, myself as a standing member, Bob is an alternate, I'd be happy to let him complete that project. In fact, it was my previous employer whose office provided a large, so I'm very familiar with this project. I know it's a passion of his. So if that would be something you'd like to consider. The other option is, the other question I do have, I'm sorry, this jumped out. I don't have any statutory appointments. I'm an alternate on all of them. I did request the 26th Judicial Circuit Court, but on all the statutory appointments, I'm a alternate on every single one. I don't have an actual seat. So I would like that to be just considered.
I don't have a problem with Bob serving on that board because Bob's been working on it for about 5 years now. And I'd like to see Bob finish it. He deserves the recognition. I do have a problem with Marty. I do not have a problem putting Jesse on that board if he would like to serve on it.
I'm just saying if we switch the two, I'd be happy to step back. Bob kind of, the project is done. Oh, I know, I'm just speaking for the one, so.
And, I don't have a problem with Marty. Frankly, I really don't know him very well at all. But if it comes down to an equipment issue, I could donate the equipment that we need to complete that project as well.
Put that in the minutes, please.
And just, again, for your information, these board appointments can certainly change. They are not set in stone. You make the initial appointments today. You certainly could change the appointments, or people could, as things progress, if it turns out that somebody can't, or there's a better person, especially once District 8 is filled, to serve in a particular role.
We still have Travis's motion to table.
We still have Travis' motion.
Travis's motion? Yeah.
Do we have a second on it? Well, I could, I'll Jesse, I'll put you on, and put Bob as alternate then. And we'll just, you can work with Bob and that.
Is there any way I could get considered for 26, just so I have something to do? I said, if I'm going to be giving him basically my proxy for that one, could we revisit the 26 judicial
Yeah,
circuit?
once we get down to those, we'll go down each one.
All right.
So it'll be Bill, Jesse, Marty, and Brenda's an alternate, with Bob as an alternate. Montmorency County, Montmorency, Scota County, Alpena County Landfill Authority, according recycling as myself, Bert with Travis as an alternate. Planning Commission, Bill LaHaye, alternate, Jesse. Next one, Jesse, you said you're going to be out of town for the Northeastern Michigan Regional, and
I'm not sure how often I'll be able to attend because they are all over the place, but
Mary Catherine, you said
To my recollection and knowledge, the Northern Michigan Regional Entity, the SUD, did not meet in 2022, other than perhaps once remotely. But that could change. I mean, they set their own board meetings.
are those evening meetings or are those during working hours?
Typically, they've been during the day. I know the last 2 years, they've handled a lot of business remotely.
Okay. I mean, I could keep it.
but if it has a problem, we can always adjust it.
I was going to ask, even if we could add an alternate,
Would
just
somebody like to be an alternate on there?
You can name me as an alternate, Bill, that's fine.
Okay. Northeast Michigan Consortium,
That's NEMCOG.
COG Dave,
Yeah,
with Bob.
Yeah,
Word, I mean.
fine, yeah.
Northeastern Michigan Council of Governments, includes Subcommittee Regional Development, Jesse and Bert. Community Corrections Advisory Board.
That has not met very often, but at this point, we did want to leave some empty slots for potential with the filling the last seat.
So we need somebody to fill it. Sheriff, how often do you meet?
That's not very often. I'm gonna say quarterly, but I'm not positive.
I'd be willing to fill that.
You know, you do have a new commissioner coming on. They should have something to do.
Yeah, I can leave it up, I'll put
Because you
open
don't-
for the alternate.
The Northeastern Michigan Consortium, I've never been on that. Next one, NEMCOG, that's the Northeast Michigan Council of Governments, that's NEMCOG. That's the one I've been for 4 years on. That's the one I want to stay on. I'm on their board.
I've only,
Is it the consortium Michigan Works? Is that Michigan Works, the consortium?
that's consortium, that's Michigan Works, that's the one that meets before, then, and you go to NEMCOG.
Yeah, NEMCOG.
Yeah, but the one, consortium meets before the NEMCOG meeting at the same place. And they just
No.
walk down them.
Not anymore.
They changed.
NEMCOG meets at Kirtland College in Gaylord every month.
Okay.
That's it. There's no one before that. It used to be Michigan Works.
Was that in Gaylord? That
Yeah, in Gaylord, Michigan
Okay.
Works. But they meet on a separate occasion now.
Okay. So our Northeastern Michigan Consortium, Dave, you want to be off that then?
Yeah, I don't want to be on that one.
Albert? I don't think that one meets very much either in a lot of.
You can go, I can go from alternate to primary, that's fine.
Yeah. Then Dave's on the NEMCOG. And Travis, you'll be as alternate, okay?
Okay.
Community Service, that's one you're still on, Dave.
Yeah, I'm on that board also.
Drug Awareness, Resistance and Education, the DARE Board. Need somebody on the DARE Board.
Or do we want to leave that open as?
Leave it open for the thing, okay. Hunt, Jesse. US 23 Heritage Road Management Council is Bill.
I know I turned my stuff in a little bit late, but I would also like to be considered for the 23 Heritage Route.
Bill, would you like to get off that or be an alternate or do you want to stay on it?
On the Heritage Road?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, whatever.
Travis, you want to be the,
And I'd be happy being alternate.
okay. Target, Mary Catherine, you've been handling Target, haven't you, for?
I have been attending some of the Target meetings. I also go to the Target advisory, the advocacy meeting.
I mean, I don't need to be on the alternate of it, but
Well, we have a new commissioner coming on.
yeah, leave that open. And Jess, you said you want to be part of it, so I'll put you as the alternate.
Okay, thank you.
Thunder Bay Transportation,
Brenda doesn't want to be on it. She asked me to, I've been on those meetings. Unless Travis would like to be on the Thunder Bay Transportation Authority or not, I'll say it if you want to.
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that.
You like to do it? Okay.
okay, I'll put you as an alternate, Dave.
Put me as alternate.
Marine Sanctuary, Jesse. Do we have, anybody who wants to be an alternate? Let's leave her open then for somebody comes around. Emergency Food and Shelter Program, United Way. That meets what, Brenda? You've been on that before?
Yes,
It meets like twice a year.
4 times, not much.
It's when they get their grant monies in blood only time. Anybody want to take that? We'll leave her open then. 911 Advisory Board, Bert and Dave. Central Dispatch Policies and Procedures, Bert and Dave.
Yeah, they meet at the same time.
Yeah, same time. Local Emergency Planning Committee, Bert with an alternate. I don't know how much they meet. And
Well, it used to be quarterly. Kim, is it still quarterly?
It is, and we actually have one later this month, so I'll be in touch.
Okay, that's fine.
Solid Waste Management. Myself and alternate for Bill. And the only reason I'm on there till we get the authority right.
Well, the Solid Waste Management Committee is, I think, a slightly different group. Because there is the Recycling Committee to which you guys have typically appointed a liaison, but that's the one that will be transitioning into the Northeast Michigan Materials Management Authority.
And liaisons are for Recycling Committee, that's going to be left open. Veterans Affairs, Bert, and County Fair Board, Travis. Is there any other interested in?
Just to reiterate, sorry, that I would like to maybe be considered for the 26th Judicial Circuit Court. That was my only request on the statutory
Okay,
appointments.
I put you as an alternate on there. Because,
Well, the problem is I'm an alternate for all the
yeah, but
statutory.
there's like, it's only 2 meetings a year, 1 meeting a year.
Okay.
That's all that is.
Just for clarification, NEMCOG, the Northeast Michigan Council of Governments. Jesse is the primary and I'm going to continue as the alternate, or did that get changed?
NEMCOG,
No, this Michigan Council of Governments.
yeah. That's the one, that's in Grayling every month.
Okay,
Always in Grayling.
right, Dave, got it.
And I'm not, I used to be on it, but I had 4 out of towns and I didn't want another one out of.
So you did not want that one?
No.
Okay, very well, thank you.
Okay, we need a motion to adopt the various boards and standing committees.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Francisco, support
I'll second that motion.
by Commissioner LaHaye. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes,
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes,
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. Okay, the next order of business is adoption of rules of order for 2023. And Mary Catherine, you got to go through a little. Any changes, major changes? Like you said, there's-
As I said, the only changes that we made from 2022 were the dates. I think Jesse, or Commissioner Osmer, noted that there were slight grammatical
It works either way. It's just,
correction, but other than that, no changes from last year.
So I will make that recommendation, to adopt the rules of order for county board.
Got motion to recommend the adoption of the rules of order,
I'll second it.
support by Davis. Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Osmer,
yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. Okay. Dates for full board and committee meetings. You got that packet in front of you.
All the dates,
All the dates in there. Is there any dates that for personnel, facilities, of course, public safety? Lynn and Kim did a good job getting this together for us. So I'd have entertain a motion for the committee dates. 19 for 2023.
I'll make a motion to,
Motion by Commissioner LaHaye,
Francisco supports.
supported by Commissioner Francisco. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fournier,
yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
yes,
Commissioner Osborne, Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
yes.
and Commissioner Peterson.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna do
Okay.
that.
Per diem and mileage policy for 2023. And there's no changes in that, is there, Mary Catherine?
Other than the dates, there were no changes from 2022.
I'll entertain a motion. Just
I'll make that motion.
for the, I got Commissioner Karshnick for per diem and mileage policy, motion to approve. Do I have support?
I'll support.
Support by Commissioner Konashevsky. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
yes,
Commissioner Osmer, Commissioner Karshnick, Commissioner Fournier,
yes,
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. Okay. Next 9 and 5 to 6. Recommendation for our depositories as of January 3rd, 2023 from Kim Ludlow, treasurer. I entertain a motion.
I make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Fournier, support.
I'll second it.
Support by Commissioner LaHaye. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye, Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. And we have a resolution, it's in your packet from the treasurer. Look it over. Any questions? Work on it. I entertain a motion for resolution 23-1.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Osmer. Support.
I'll support it.
Support by Commissioner Francisco. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes,
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
yes,
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. Your old business, Mary Catherine, come before the board.
I don't have any, thank you.
Okay, new business. For our Long Lake Dam, our Beaver Lake Dam, I should say, full adopt a full faith and credit resolution. It's in your packet.
That's for Gerald's Dam.
Oh, dam, right? How are we doing on it, Gerald?
Good. We got everything pretty well in place. We just need this in order to sell bonds.
I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Carson, support.
I'll second it.
Second by Commissioner LaHaye. Any discussion?
I'm sorry. Yeah, can we just get,
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to read it. Can somebody
Okay.
give me the Cliff's notes?
Yeah.
I mean, Gerald's good at what he does, so if he's asking for it, I trust.
Right, the treasurer can fix it if I say it wrong, but essentially, yes, it is the resolution that allows the county to put this out for a bond, which will be the financing mechanism for that project. Did I get that about right?
Any more discussion?
We just also make everybody aware, there's resolutions in there, if we go in arrears, how we can recoup them. It's in that resolution.
Basically, the county's just putting, the county's backing so that if worse come to worse, the county would be responsible for making those bond payments.
But we expect to be made whole then.
We do not expect that to happen in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, perfect. All right.
And this was drafted and reviewed by the county's bond counsel, John Axe.
Thank you. Yeah, like Travis said, I just got this. I just want to make sure.
Yep.
I knew.
Sorry.
And the county does get paid back the money that we put into it.
Basically, sell the bonds, take out a loan, have the work completed. And the special assessment that's being placed against the parcels, I believe it's 460 roughly parcels, they'll be paying for 10 years. So that's what will pay the bond payments and pay for the construction.
And that was approved by the full board at the last full board meeting, as I recall, because there was a presentation. Is that correct? Just for clarification. Thank you. Okay.
Go ahead.
I probably don't need to. That's fine.
Any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. There you go, Gerald. Now you can go forward.
There you go. Let's start demolishing it.
Okay. Action item 9, approve Alpena County fee schedule as set by the county board for 2023.
I make a motion that we approve action item 9
Okay.
as written.
I got a motion by Commissioner Francisco. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Support by Commissioner LaHaye. Discussion. These basically haven't changed either, Mary Catherine, from
A
last.
few of them were updated from last year, but they were updated as part of action items that occurred previously.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Karshnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco,
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky, Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Osmer,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. Okay, posting to fill District Number 8 seat. Mary Catherine?
So as of December 31st, District 8 seat is open. The commissioners have 30 days to fill that seat, and you can decide on a process by which to do that. My recommendation would be that you put out a public posting that that position is open. It would have to be a resident of that district who would apply. I believe in the past, the board has done interviews, when you have an open seat, and we could set those for a date certain.
We have a motion to
Make
post.
a motion to post that in the local paper.
It'll be on the website too, probably.
Yes, we will do both a posting on the website, we'll do one in the paper, and then we will also do one on our social media feed.
Got a
For how
motion
long?
by-
15 days?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Got a motion by Commissioner LaHaye, support.
I'll support.
Support by Commissioner Konashevsky. Discussion.
Just that the original motion only mentioned the newspaper. Should he amend it to reflect what Mary Catherine
Yeah.
stated? Just to
Fine,
amend it.
yeah.
Any discussion, more discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Francisco.
Yes.
Commissioner Konashevsky.
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye.
Yes.
Commissioner Osmer.
Yes.
Commissioner Karshnick.
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson.
Yes. One quick thing while we got Steve here from IT. There's been some question of laptops and such. When will they be available for the new commissioners?
They will be. It'll take a couple of days probably before we get them out. He's got the last one in today. So it'll take a little bit of time to
Clean it up. So, stay in contact with them to get your laptop and go from there. Is there,
Just one further note, I will not be able to set the commissioners up with readable access to the different programs until after you have the laptops and after your emails have been established.
Emails have been established, but yes, as soon as you have your computers, because that you will have a portal access, which is the secure access into our system. So that's what you want in order to
Expect to pick those up by Friday, close of business.
Friday sound good, Steve? Or do you want me to send out a notice to everyone?
okay, so you pick your laptops up by Friday.
And just as a point of clarification for the interview for the District 8 position, do you want to do those on Tuesday, the 24th, which is your full board meeting, or do you want to set those on a different day?
Typically, that's where we did it before when it was lost. Commissioner resigned.
Thank you.
Anything else come before the full board? Not it.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Commissioner Karshnick, support.
I'll second that.
Commissioner LaHaye.
No public comment?
Oh, you want a public comment? Oh, there's nothing on here. Okay, go ahead. Kevin.
Well, I'll start with I've been sending on the Northeast Michigan Community Corrections Advisory Board. They have a problem with getting quorums, and so I would recommend that you fill that as soon as you possibly can. I believe it's only quarterly. I think it's in April, so you have some time to do that.
Okay.
The other ones you were addressing, the Parks Commission appointments. I was unaware that there was an option to be evaluated to be on that committee. I had asked previously on the open appointment, and it applied back prior to October 18th, which was the closing date. And then that was extended to November 1st, which was the second closing date. And I don't know how many people applied during that time frame, but there was only 3 of us. And I had an interview and wasn't accepted. And so it would have been nice if they were going to appoint people from the commissioner's point of view onto that Parks Commission to have had the opportunity to put my name in the hat and have access and the ability to interview for that. Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody online? No more comment. Motion, we have a second. All adjourned.